Here we go with the Unit 4 practice test. The Unit 4 practice test, again, it's everything that we have been practicing on. So we have this scatter plot with the meaning behind this. So a scatter plot with the line of best fit. And we also have a linear regression with the correlation coefficient, and again, making a prediction from this. Okay, so these are the two problems of the practice test. So let's go ahead and get started with number one, where we are asked to make a scatter diagram from this. Okay, so I noticed that the x's go from 2 to 73. So I'm thinking that I can probably make it by tens. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, we're good if we go up by tens. So we start at 0 and we go up by tens. All right, and the y's, they go from 16 to 50. 16 to 50, I think I can probably count by fives. So 5, 10, I'll just kind of jump here a little bit. Yeah, so I can make it. So I can make it up to 50. So that's fine. Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to use these vertical sticks and horizontal sticks to kind of help identify where I want. So the first pair is at 250. So 2 in the x, 50 in the y. There's 250. Next I have 845, so 845. I have 1435, 14, 15 right in the middle, so 14 just a little bit short of the middle, 1435. 1435, 3228, 3228. So there-ish. 3228, and then 7316. Way out there. So 73, 16. There it is. Okay, that's my scatter plot or scatter diagram. The next question is going to be asking for the line of best fit. Yeah, line that best fits the data. So again, that is going to kind of mirror the stuff and be a straight line, something like that. Make sure the line goes through the complete picture. Estimate the correlation as being positive, close to 0, or negative. This has a downward sloping line, so this is going to be negative. Explain what this means in the context of the scenario. So again, one more time, here's our writing prompt. Our writing prompt is as the x increases. Okay, so the first word is always increases. The y the y increases slash decreases. So we have to fill out these 3 blanks in our writing prompt. Okay. What the x and y are in the writing prompt, the x and y are the context of the scenario. So if I take a look here, looking at the context of the scenario, x is the average number of employees, and y is the average administrative cost, or percentage of claims, something in that ballpark. So identify what your x and y are. So the x will be the average number of employees, the y will be the average administrative cost, and then the increases decreases portion of this is if the line is going uphill. Okay, if the line is going uphill, then it's positive and it's increasing. If it's going downhill like this one, then it's negative, and that means that it decreases. So here we go. As the x increases, so as the average number of employees increases. Again, that first word is always increases. Now the second part of that, the y, that's the average administrative cost. And then because this line is negative, this would be decreases. So I'll read it just once, just to make sure I don't sound like a complete idiot. As the average number of employees increases, that should probably be increased, whatever, the average administrative costs decrease. Okay, good enough, good enough. Okay, now we have the linear regression. So again, the best and easiest way to get this accomplished is to use your calculator. All right, so we have the list 1, list 2, and where we find everything is pretty much under this calc, regression, x regression, and then you're going to have to hit a plus bx. My calculator doesn't give me that option. Okay, so my a should be your b, my b should be your a. Your a and b should be correct. Anyways, so let's go ahead and just take these answers. So r is equal to 0.9204. We'll come back to x bar and y bar in just a moment. The a, okay, should be negative 111.4087. Again, my calculator is incorrect. Your calculator should be correct. And the b should be 22.6087. Making the equation of the line y hat is equal to a plus b x. Find the coefficient determination, that's r squared. R squared is equal to 8.8471. What is the percentage of y? That can be explained by the corresponding variation of x, and that is just as a percentage of the coefficient of determination. And then the meaning, the last problem, the prediction problem. What you do is you begin by writing down the formula that you wrote down in the couple problems ago. So write down the formula. Don't put in any numbers. Don't put in anything for your x or y yet. We're not there. Okay, so we have our y, we have our x. We just write down the formula. And then we come off to the side, and what we do is we identify the words that explain what x and y are. So kind of like in problem number 1, where you have to go back to the writing, we go back to the writing and identify what the x is. So x is the elevation, okay, and y is the percentage of unidentified artifacts. So x is the elevation, and y is the percentage of unidentified artifacts. Here we have the elevation for x, and this is the percentage of unidentified artifacts. I'll just kind of abbreviate it so I know what it is. And so in number 3, it says at the archaeological site with an elevation of 7.75 thousand feet, what does the least squares equation forecast for the percentage of culturally unidentified artifacts? So yeah, 7.75 is an elevation. So that is an x variable, because sometimes they will give you a y and you need to answer x. Here they give you an x and they want you to answer y. So it's really important that you identify where the number goes. So this time 7.75 is the x variable. Otherwise we would have to enter that for the y variable. And we just go back to our regular calculator and we can figure this out. So negative 111 plus got a decimal point there. So negative 111 for the type of the, yep, that should be it. $80.87. So that is the answer there. Okay, now back to the x bar and y bar. So again, the process to get all of these answers, you would go to calc, regression, x regression, and a plus bx. And that will give you pretty much all that stuff. All right. For the x bar and y bar, we again want to go back to that calc option, and here we can just hit the 2 var. Calc and the 2 var. So again, we go to our statistics screen, we go calc 2 var. Calc 2 var, we notice right at the very top, x bar is 6.75, so that's the average of the x's, and the average of y's are 41.2.